Hey everybody, I want to talk about something that's really kind of important at this time of the year, and that is cheating, treating, and rewarding yourself. I just went to a December 26th, so a post-Christmas banquet is what it was. It was a feast. It was also a birthday for our good buddy Miguel Corsa. He's an amazing guitar player. I'll put one of his videos up here. But boy, oh boy, was there a spread. In addition to the turkey that I love so much, and mashed potatoes I wish I could eat, but I'm lactose intolerant because they were made with heavy cream. But there was also some stuffing made with bread that I should not touch because it has berries and fruit and stuff in it, but I had 3 helpings of that. What else did I have? Oh, I ate some brownies too, and not the good brownies, even though these were delicious brownies, but they were full of sugar and not full of anything else, but they were fabulous, and I had 2 different kinds of them. So I enjoyed that. I had a slice of pie, and I had a glass of wine. So there you go. So needless to say, I had a lot of overindulgence going on, but it's important to do that once in a while. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Today is all about navigating that buffet line. And is it, cheating? Is it treating? Or is it rewarding yourself? So that's today's subject. So embarking on the carnivore diet can be both challenging but extremely rewarding. It's a wonderful journey that we've been on. I've been on now for about 200 days, and as restrictive as it is, because it is an elimination diet, you still need that occasional indulgence to reward yourself, keep yourself mentally well, and to keep yourself motivated. Because personally, I know that being fat is bad, being fat and sad is far worse. And so we want to keep that well-being, that mental well-being the entire time that we're doing this. And it doesn't need to be a struggle. There are some benefits and there are some pitfalls to watch out for. So that's what we're going to talk about. Let's start with the pitfalls, because the pitfalls are usually where our brain goes first. It's the first thing that we think about. The problem with indulging like you do, especially now, is the risk of overindulgence. And overindulgence is really just not being able to control it. It starts a slippery slope, and what starts as an occasional treat or an occasional reward turns into more frequent indulgences. Indulgences, and you can potentially lose control of what your goals are and your dietary habits that you're creating for yourself and you're trying to create. And these routines are crucially important. Sweet and I know the importance of routine. If you break your routine, it is difficult to get back, and it messes with your head. So stick with that. Try to work with that, and make sure you pick the right ones. You don't want to go over caloric and you start throwing everything out, or your sugar and your insulin's crazy and all that. You want to try to keep always mindful of what your goals are and what you're doing and where you're moving forward, so that when you do choose to cheat on whatever it is, it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, whatever your holiday, birthdays, when you do that, try to keep those cheats in mind, because they are good for you, and there are some choices that you can make that are actually good for you as well. Keep them low sugar, low carb, low oxalates, low lectins. Try to do berries or some low GI type fruits. Berries are my favorite. That's why I keep going to berries. But I'm a big fan of apples too. Even though apples aren't that. But they do have a lot of fiber and they're wonderful. But every now and then, it's not so bad. Sweet and I might actually split an apple, like on occasions, just for that little treat or that little indulgence or that little motivator. Keep my mental well-being where it needs to be. That's one. But there's also a psychological thing to keep in mind when I say well-being and mental well-being, because the psychological aspect of it is very important. Dealing with guilt or dealing with shame or, that kind of feeling from overindulgence or doing so much, it really it'll get you too quickly to give up. And we really don't want you giving up. We don't want any negative impact whatsoever on your overall goals or what it is you're trying to achieve. And self-esteem is a big part of this. So you want to keep your self-esteem up. And additionally, these types of cheating or overindulgences, the pitfalls, can create an actual shift in your mindset. So you're no longer thinking in terms of your goals anymore, but now it's about that reward, and it's transactional. So if I do this, then I get this, and now you've shifted for what it is you're actually trying to achieve. You're trying to get to that next cheat or that next goal or that next treat or that next indulgent, whatever. And that's really not what this is about. It's all about improving your energy levels, your metabolic health, those are your goals. Keep those in mind at all times, okay? That's just what you want to do. It also creates the inconsistent habits, and inconsistent habits are what breaks us down all the time, and it's back to the routine again. Routines are important, so we need to keep that in our mind. We don't want to break down these routines. We want to keep them going. If you get off the bus, look around. If you're not in the right place, get back on the bus. You don't need to keep wandering around in the wilderness. Get back on immediately and get right back on track, and you will be fine. So those are some of the pitfalls of it. Keeping in mind, overindulgence can lead to more overindulgence. Too many treats can lead to a complete mindset shift. All of these things can have a negative effect. So keep in mind what your goals are at all times. And if you do want to cheat and you do want to keep yourself motivated in the health benefits of just a little bit here and there so that you can keep yourself going in the right direction, keep your goal in mind. That's all I have to say. So now let's talk about some of the benefits of this. We talked about some of the pitfalls. And one of the things that I mentioned a few different times is mental well-being, because mental well-being is crucially important to me because I am a completely unstable human being. My depression has been brutal. It's so much better now that I've become a carnivore in so many ways, but it's still a battle and something that I have to deal with, and it's something that many of you may have to deal with. But it can have a negative effect or it can have a positive effect. The positive effect is that by having these little treats or these little self-motivators, a little sweet thing here and there, or whatever it is that satisfies you or you feel that you're lacking, these can give you a sense of reduced deprivation. So, for instance, if you just, have like for me, one of those things would be a cacao, a sugar-free, using an alternative sweetener, cacao. I love chocolate, but if I can do that without the sugar in it and just enjoy the chocolatey goodness of it without the spike in my insulin or any kind of sugar in my body, that's a great one for me. That makes me feel good, keeps me motivated. I can get it. I can just have one little tiny bite and be done with it, or one of those little candy bars and be done with it. And it won't affect me. It won't change my weight. It won't change the scale, even though I don't look at one that often anymore. None of that stuff will, but it will keep me from feeling deprived in some way. And those occasional ones will keep you from binging. Like, I would say yesterday I was probably on a little bit of a binge, eating all that stuff. But it was a very special occasion with all my friends sitting around a table. I mean, it really was one of those kind of days, or one of those type of evenings, and it was quite special. So that's important, and it comes with these social engagements are crucially important, especially this time of the year. You never want to screw up your mental health by feeling like you're deprived, you're left out, you're not part of the group, you're not this or that. So in holiday seasons, when you go, indulge a little bit, have less of it. Don't eat a big. I mean, like I said, I went back 3 times for the damn stuffing. I didn't need to do that. I could have done it twice, but I went ahead and did it 3 times. But I did it knowing that I was in control. I was doing it because I was enjoying it, and I knew that today I was going to be fasting, intermittent fasting. I knew there'd be no more sugar. I knew there'd be no more alcohol. I knew there'd be no more of any of that today, on the 27th of December. By the way, this is 27th of December, ladies and gentlemen, and I am standing outside. Well, I'm standing in the run, my chicken run here, and it's spectacular. So the psychological stuff is there's some real good benefits to it. So you want to develop these healthy habits, create a good relationship with the food that you're eating, keep your goals and the mindfulness in your mind at all times. You want to get better. This is a lifestyle. This is not a diet. It's not a restrictive diet, even though it is. It's more of a lifestyle. You want to do this for the rest of your life. And the best way to do that is to just get your mind around what the goal are, what you want to achieve, and know that you're stronger than you were, and these little bits of this and little bits of that are not going to break you. It's not going to change any of your goals. It's not going to derail you. It's not going to do any of those things. It's just going to keep you in that mindset that you need to be in so that you can continue forward on this carnivore journey. Because the end results are spectacular. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel better about yourself, and that's what we want. We want to feel healthier. We want to be mentally healthier. We want to be physically healthier, and that is the goal. And long-term adherence to any of these things really requires that. You got to strike a balance. It's all about balance, and it's really about that. Probably in all aspects of your life, I would imagine. It's really finding where you feel good and where you fit in. And when it comes to the carnivore lifestyle, it's the same thing. You need to strike that balance. Find where you feel good, and where you feel good physically, where you feel good mentally, and where your goals are being achieved. And as long as you keep that in mind, and you just don't forget about that, and don't let the sugar, the insulin, and all the horse shit get in the way. Just stick to your guns, stick to what you're doing, and know that occasionally that little whatever it is isn't going to hurt you in the long run. As long as you're doing this for the right reason, and you're doing this for a lifestyle, not for a diet. I mean, some people might be doing this, transitory, where you're trying to get from A to B, or you're losing some weight, and then you're back to your old ways. That's not what this is about. If you want to stick to it and you want to make this your lifestyle, then don't beat yourself up. Enjoy the holidays. Have fun with your family and friends. Just live life. Just do it healthy. And the best way to do that is as a carnivore. So if you're not familiar with me, I am Six of Sweet Six Living. Please subscribe, leave a comment, help share your journey with us and with others that are watching this. And if you're on this journey, you're just getting started, stick to it. If you've been doing it a while, tell us how you're doing it, and tell us how you got to those goals that you've achieved so far. We want to know about that. We're going to continue to do what we're doing. I feel freaking great, man. It's December. I am 59 years old. I indulged yesterday. Felt a little bit like, I probably could have had one less brownie, but you know what? It don't matter. I know who I am. I know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep on doing it. So until we do this again, I'll talk to you later. Six out.